Okay, I'm back. So let me know real quick if this has improved the sound at all because I was on a few seconds ago, and thank you very much, those of you that gave me the feedback that my sound was a little garbled. So let's see if anybody can come back in the room. Right now, it looks like not, but let's give it a second. Oh, somebody's in the room, so let's see if we can get a better comment in a bit. Oh, a lot better. Thank you, Doug. Sometimes it's just a matter of boinking and starting over again. So hopefully that will have done it. I'll chat it up for a second. Doug says a lot better, and I'm going to trust Doug. So as I was saying, let me start again. This is April. We're going to Full Your Body Month, okay? April Fools, we want to shake it up. We want to try challenging your body in slightly different ways with each of our workouts during the month of April. Today, we are going to focus on endurance and stamina. We're going to use what I call MIIT, which is moderately or mini interval training, so that we can elevate the heart rate just a bit for a short second, whatever you can handle. And what that does is it conditions the heart in a slightly different way, placing a heavier load in a shorter duration. Life sometimes does that, right? You got to run up a flight of stairs all of a sudden, or catch a plane or a train. So we want to condition for some of those things that take a little bit more stamina or endurance or reaction. And we're going to do that today. It will maybe shorten the workout slightly because when you increase the intensity, you can decrease the duration. Wonderful ratios there. So let's see if anybody else is in the house. I get perfect now. So, hey, we can't do better than perfect. So let's get going. Good thing that we're doing our little interval training today because we've wasted a few minutes trying to get the sound right, haven't we? So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get up and we're going to get started right away getting in our endurance and our stamina training for today. I mentioned before to make sure you have a chair nearby so that if you get a little fatigued or too breathless, you can take a little break. And of course, since we're focusing on cardio, you're going to want to have plenty of water, and we will take some water breaks. Let's get started right now with a sip. All right, with that said, we're going to put a little bit of a beat on and get our bodies up and moving this beautiful April day. All right. I will check in again to see if anybody else has comments, but I think we're safe to say the sound is working. Okay, gang, let's get up and get behind your 60 up board. I'm going to move my chair out of the way, make sure that you can see my entire body, head to toe. All right, stand up nice and tall and just march it out. Right here. Head up, chest up, little lift, not too high. Think about your posture for a second. Is your head over your shoulders stacked up over the hips, but pulled down and back slightly? Abdominals braced a little bit? That's it. Let's get the engine going. Get that heart rate elevating. Now lift a little higher. Knees up. Purposefully try to bring that knee up a little bit. Chin parallel to the floor. Now let's just go a little faster, a little bit, but down low. That's it. In 4, 3, 2, now slow down. Good, just getting you ready for a little bit of that quick stamina building pace. You're going to start to feel your respiration increasing, your breaths per minute, your heart rate per minute. We want to get ourselves gently up into a training zone. All right, knees up a little higher again. Pull up that chest, pull up that chin. Think about bringing the knee up more parallel to the ground. And then one more time, quick step. Stay low. Just move them, move them, move them. Low but fast. That's it. Hold on to those poles. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ease it out. Now that will have gotten that blood flow moving. Let's limber up a little. Take a nice deep breath. Now Now we're going to take our right arm and we're going to sweep up and over. Get that upper body involved. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale. Hands back to the poles. Keep stepping side. We're going to take that right arm now and do the same thing. Up and over, stretching across that shoulder girdle down through the spine. Stretch out those lateral muscles of the body. Good. Deep breaths. All right, hand back down onto the pole. Keep moving. Now we're just gonna kick up a little behind you to warm up those hip and thigh muscles. Heel towards the opposite hip. You can lean in a little bit, wiggle your fingers every once in a while. That's it. Stretch out those quads. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, now put the feet down. Drop the heels down. Stand tall, chin up, chest up. Let them bounce. Zip up the abdominals, the pelvic floor, all those posture muscles. Now from here, we're just gonna do a nice spinal roll. So we're gonna go flat back and roll through it. Here's where you're gonna feel a nice stretch down the back of those legs, those calf muscles, those hamstring muscles, and then of course all the way up the spine as you roll through. A nice loosening and limbering. Again, flat back on the down, roll through and up. Try to coordinate your breathing with this. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Open up those lungs. Couple more. It feels so good, it's hard to stop. Last one. Now turn to your right, and let's just do a little work on that calf muscle. Bend it in, push down, in, down. Good. Let's take that back arm and reach and pull. Push and pull through the chest and back. Now let's take that back arm and roll it back and do a little lunging action up and down as you backstroke with that arm that's furthest away from me. Good. Couple more. Stir it up. Last one, and then let's bring it back to the center and turn to the other side. Again, let's prepare that back heel by rolling it up and down, and you can bring the arm forward and back. Nice. Really addressing all those important joints from the ankles to the wrists. So up and back. See how I'm twisting my hand a little? Preparing and warming up the arm, the shoulder, hands, the feet, everything. Keep that core tight. And now let's roll again, back and down. Up and down. A little backstroke. Inhale and exhale. More. Good job. Bring it back to the center. Now walk the feet in. Left, right. All right. Get those knees up again. Loosened and limbered and ready to work on our stamina today, right? Let's tap the board. So tap, down, tap, down. Just get your balance on here a little bit. It takes a few sometimes to get your body steady and ready to stand on just one foot as you tap with the other. Good. Keep your chest up. Again. 2 more. Last one. Now, let's just march it out again. Breathe. Now, if you're comfortable, jog it. So let those feet kind of come off the floor. By holding pretty firmly and leaning a little bit into your arms, it frees your feet up to lift higher. Here we go. So put a little bit of weight through the arms. Up, down, up. Here's where you're going to feel that little interval push. That heart rate is going to elevate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step side. Woo, take a breath. Shake out your hands if you can let go. Sometimes it isn't until we start a little lower intensity recovery move that we notice that heart rate really did elevate quite a bit during that little interval. Shake it off. But keep moving. That's the key to building up some stamina. All right, back to center march. Right, left, right. Back to the right lead. Chin up, chest up. You got it. Now tap again. Tap, tap. Just alternating that tap, reminding you to get your posture up. Because once you go to the 1 foot support, you've got to really think about your posture a little more, don't you? 4 more. 3, 2, and march it out again. Right lead, right, left, right. Chest up. Are you ready for your next little mini hit interval or moderate hit interval? Here we go. Let's jog it. Lean in a little bit so that you can kind of keep the weight of your upper body supported on your poles. And that should allow you to feel a little more light-footed up and down. You can do this. So we're kind of trying to go for about a 10 to 15 second push. That's why I'm calling it mini or moderate. Typically, you go 20 seconds or longer in a HIIT class. Good, you got this. 2 more, last one, and then step side. Woo. Again, shake out those arms. Catch your breath a bit here. And one important thing to keep in mind, when you are doing interval training of any kind, no matter how high intensity you take it, is the recovery, like what we're doing now, is just as important as the work effort. So you don't want to cheat the recoveries. A little bit lower intensity, getting that heart rate back to a more steady state. That's the goal of the recovery. All right, almost. In 4, 3, march, left, lead, left, right, left. All right, come on back to that marching step. But this time we're going to go into a step up or a basic step left. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. It's up, up, down, down. So basic step is just 4 counts where it's 1 foot up the other, and down, left, right, again, up. So it's kind of like you're climbing stairs. And we know the great thing about that is it will increase your intensity without too much impact. Like running does increase your intensity, but along with the running comes a little bit more body impact, so some people don't feel comfortable with it. That's why stepping or step aerobics became so popular, because it was a great way to get the intensity up without increasing the impact. Now, here at 60 Up, we also have the benefit of stepping up with a slightly wobbly surface so that you're getting that neuromuscular stimulation that gets you reactive and able to adjust without even thinking about it, to that moving surface. That's how we build dynamic balance. Good. Keep going. Up, 2. Now we're gonna, again, put the pedal to this, or make it a little more difficult by increasing our tempo in the step up. Are you ready? Still keep it within your own safety guidelines, but I'm gonna go a little bit more in a double time or to the beat fashion. Ready? Here we go. It's up, up, down, down, up, down, down. If that's too fast, don't worry, go at your own pace. Up, up. Lift, lift. Looking good. Make sure your full foot is getting up onto that board, and try to bring your heels all the way down as well. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, and stay down. Tap, side. Whew, did you feel that? Now again, that takes a little bit more agility to move those feet and climb onto that step in that double time tempo. So remember, if something's difficult, modify out of it. Slow it down or stay on the floor. But always give it a try if you can, because you'll be surprised as you build your endurance, as you build your stamina, as you build your quickness, your agility. Things that used to seem difficult won't seem so difficult anymore. And that's what this is all about. Pushing the pedal. There we go. Again. Recovering. Keep going in 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Now march right, right, left, right. So you'll notice I usually will call out which leg to lead with, because that way we get one side in as a lead leg to balance it the next time with the opposite lead leg, because muscles work different when they're the lead leg in a basic step like we're doing here. All right, slow basic right. So right, left, right, left, up. Now remember, it's perfectly okay to stay with this pace if you're finding that quicker pace is just a little too much for you. And it's also a good idea to look down occasionally. Just make sure your full foot is coming onto the board and that your full foot is coming down to the floor. Chin up as soon as you can so that you don't get a tech neck or neck ache out of looking down too long. Up, 2. Nice deep breath. Remember again, we're working on stamina today. Yes, endurance and stamina, and we're shocking our body a little bit by putting in some short intervals. Good. So in a few more, I'm going to pick up my pace, and you can join me or not, depending on how that feels for you. Here we go. 2 more at this pace. 1 more. And then I'm going to go twice as fast. Ready? Up, down, down, up, down, down. So notice how I looked down in the beginning of that, just to make sure I was hitting the right spot with my feet. Good. But again, remember, safety first. So if this is too aggressive, slow it down. Excellent, we're almost there. 2 more. Last one. Stay down and tap. Woo. Catch your breath here. Touch, touch. Good job. Keep it going. Slide that foot out. Stretch that arm out a little. Breathe, recover. A lot of good things happen in the recovery cellularly. The body has to slow it down, handle it, shift gears for you. All right, now let's step on up. Right foot up, left foot up, 2-2. Rock it out. Let's just go with a nice, comfortable rocking action. Down, down. Focus on your feet, edging a little, feeling the outer side of the foot. How you can push through that foot, through that calf, through that thigh, and all the way even into the hips. Round it to the right, round it to the left. Be in control. Feeling really good about how you are pushing and controlling the board to bottom out at a nice slow tempo. And of course, we will be picking it up to double time, which is going to be more intense. So feel free to move to the double time, to stay somewhere in the middle if it's too fast. But our goal is to push the pedal, right? Pedal to the middle. Are you ready? Here we go. Rock it out. Come on, push it. Notice how I bend my knees a little more to get that fast action side to side. And after a while, my quads, my thighs are going to get a little tired. It's even going to be hard for me to hold on to these poles. So I'm going to feel the muscles reacting in my upper body as well. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow it down. Woo, feel that? Nice. Slow, controlled. You've got it. So our goal today, I'm going to call today Super 8. How's that? Is to get 8 of these little mini intervals in. So you're thinking back, aren't you? How many did we do already? Well, think about it. We marched and ran the first set, right, left, that's 2. Then we did a basic step, right, left, fast and slow. So that would be 4. And now we're starting the third pair, which gets to 6. Our rock slow, rock fast. That means we only have 2 more after this. I know you can do it. Keep going. Rock, rock. Again. 8, 7, 6. Wiggle your fingers for a second because you know it's going to put a lot of tension in your forearms. Here we go. Go fast. Bend your knees. Fast as you can get it to go. That's it. Make some waves. Beautiful. Hang on. Push and push and push. Feel those muscles of the legs grip. Feel those muscles in the forearm grip. Keep that core tight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow it down. Woo! Boy, I started to feel circulation in my palms on that one. Here we go. Catch your breath. Take your time. Push. Push. Excellent job. Back and check your posture now. Make sure you're tall. Make sure your core is strong. Tighten here. Lift here. Center here. Just rock it side to side. Excellent. Catch your breath nice and deep in 8, 7, 6. Recovering. Should feel good. Now we're going to pivot to the right. So just both feet are going to pivot so you're facing right side. Bring both feet back together. Now lunge and return, alternating. So let one foot step forward and then the other. From the side, think about that plumb line, keeping the head over shoulders and the shoulders over hips. Lunge front and back. That's it. Just push down through the foot, contract that front thigh, and And step behind. Excellent. Chin in, chest up. Excellent. Every once in a while, look down to make sure that your feet are staying on board. You might have to make it a little smaller step front if those toes are getting too far over the board. Move your whole body front in one nice block so that the head, shoulders, and hips stay together. That's it. You don't want to start to let the head get in front of you or leave it too far back. You want to keep it centered and stacked. Good. Excellent. So how are we going to up the ante on this move? You keep doing this and I'll demonstrate the more intense interval version of it, okay? But keep with this and just watch as I demo before you try. So it's going to be 1 and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 1, 2, 3. Join me when you want. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's a lunge and a quick step. Out, down, and out. Good. Ooh, look at that. That pole go. You really see the pressure that I'm creating. That little stomp step. Good. 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Now just rock forward and back with just the one foot. Heels and toes stretching. So the leg that's closest to the pole is forward, and I'm going to recover with just a nice stationary rocking lunge. Really focusing in on getting some good ankle mobility here. Back heel comes up, the front toe comes up. Whew. You can hold pull with both hands if that feels a little more steady for you. Excellent. Beautiful. Let that heart rate come down a little bit now. Recovering. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now, put both feet to the right side of the board and just make some little scooting movements to turn yourself so you're facing left. Put that right hand on the left pole. Let's start from the top. It was just a simple alternating step front and back lunge. Now the other hand can be just held on your hip or wherever it's comfortable down at your side. Or maybe you want to push forward and back with it. Some people just feel like they always want to do something with those arms. So let's go forward and back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Good. Just step on it and return. Return. Excellent. We got it. Front, back, front, back. You are allowing your weight to shift forward all the way. Catch your weight and push back. Engaging a lot of hip and thigh muscles. Front and back. Nice. Now once again, I'm going to demonstrate how to push a little harder or pick up that intensity with the back shuffle. But feel like joining me when you want to, or not at all if it's too intense, or a little just too difficult for any reason. Sometimes you just don't feel steady enough. If you do, I'm going to invite you to challenge yourself again with that little interval. Not yet. Are you ready? A couple more of these. Last 2. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Step in and out. In and out. and out. You got it. Front, back, front, back. Woo! Can you feel that? Almost. Last two. One more. All right, now step forward and just rock. Nice. So now again, you've got that leg that's closest to the pole forward, and we're going to just recover with a nice rocking lunge. Oh, I got to turn my board a little bit. That's it. All that action shimmied my board around. Don't forget the heels and the ankles. Front toe up, back heel up. Walk it front and back. Recover. This is also so great in terms of ankle and foot mobility. And guess what? That was 8. So we made it, Super 8. In terms of our intervals. Good. Again. Nice deep breath. Good job, everybody. Give me a high five on this one. High five. Last one. Okay, feet together. Put them together behind and just do a little knee heel press. Like you're pushing your feet down through the heels and back up through the knees. That's it. Now slide the right foot, or wait a second, yep, that's your right foot, further back and let it just stretch down the edge of that step lid. Hold it there for a second, get a little stretch. Nice. Breathe. And now let's slide it up and switch feet. Let's stretch out that other foot. Heel is down a little below the surface. Just let it stretch. All right. Now bring it up and come to the center of your board. 1 in 1 position. Just rise and drop. Lift, drop. Oh boy. We're done with our cardio for the day. So now let's just do a little bit of posture and balance work. Up on the toes and down with the shoulders. I want you to notice that my shoulder girdle is depressing downward as my heels go upward. So rise up through the heels, pull down through the shoulders. Such a great way to reinforce better upper back mechanics and posture. Back and down. Back and down. Again. Pull down. Going. Core tight. Neck long. Chin parallel to floor. Again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold steady. All right. Soften up the knees a little bit. Walk the feet to 1 and 1. Now put the left foot on the red line. Still working a little on balance and mobility here, okay? That'll be part of our final pull down area. All right, let's bring the knee up. Let's extend. Let's bring it back. Down. Again. Up. Stretch the hamstring. Balance on the standing leg. And drop. Again. Try to keep the board as steady and stable in the center as you can. Try not to put too much tension in the arms. Just a light touch to the poles to assist. You can even just put a fingertip on the poles if you want to challenge that balance. Good. That ability to steady your body up. Keep those hips tight. Last one, stabilizing the pelvis. So important for good walking gait. All right, and then let's just ease it out with a little knee bend front. We're still heavy on that red line with our left foot, because now we're going to do the opposite action with the right. Instead of coming forward, it's going to go to the rear. So still keep your left foot on the red line. Are you ready? We're going to go up, back, in, and down. And notice how I do allow my body to lean forward a bit on this. Stretching through the hip flexor. And if you don't lean forward a bit, then you might just feel a little too much arching in the low back. So lean so that you feel this down the front of the thigh more than up the lumbar area of the spine. Good. So lift, push the back wall down, and then bring yourself back upright. Push back, lift, and drop. Nice. Balancing on that left leg. I know it's getting tired, I'll bet. Couple more. Last one. Awesome. All right, let's ease it out again. This time put the feet so that they're equal distance from the red line, and just do a little heel shift up and down before we transition, and repeat that series standing on our right leg. Good. Chest out, chin up. So see, when we do our little cardio HIIT intervals, MIT intervals, because they're not too high intensity, it allows us to get more done, or packed into about 20 minutes of cardio. That gives us a little extra time to focus in on some of the more balance-oriented exercises to be done with 60 up. Awesome. Okay, now take your right foot, put it on the red line. Off-center yourself so that you can try to balance mainly on that right leg before we start the lift. So up, out, in, down. You're barely putting that foot on the ground. So it's really about stretching it out and staying nice and tall. And we're doing this a little quicker than the other side. Up, let's go slower. Out, in, and down. Good. Just feel that stretch down the back of the leg, but also feel the strength up the side or the leg you're standing on. Keep your chest up. Keep your core tight. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. Nice. Up, out, in, and down. Up, out, in, and down. You might also feel thigh or the front of the thigh contracting a little bit as you hold that body up tall and extend that knee to the front. Good. Again, lift, balance, stretch the hamstring, and drop the foot. Lift, balance, stretch. Let's do two more. Up, out. Last one. Still keeping that board as centered as possible? Okay, let's ease it out a little bit. Still staying a little off-centered because we're going to continue working on that right leg as we do the opposite action with the left. Chin up, chest up. Some deep breaths. All right, now again, center your right foot. We're going to pull in, reach out, pull in, and step it just very slightly down. So don't put a lot of weight on that left foot as it comes down, because it's going to go right back out, feeling for a stretch down the front of the thigh, or the hip flexor of the back, or the left leg. Good. Bring it up. Notice I am leaning a little forward, just so that I don't overarch my back. Another way to perform this and minimize any back spasm or overcontraction is not to lift the leg so high. Keep it a little down low, back and low. Good. Stay tall. lift, push back, bring it in, and drop. Softly drop. For the most part, you're keeping the majority of your body weight still over that right thigh and leg and ankle. And foot, push back, lift. Stimulating all those muscles to stabilize you. That's nice. 2 more. Exhale, inhale. Last one. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and take the legs out wide. And as wide as you're comfortable, with the toes out slightly and heels in. And then let's just give it a nice slow lunging action where you bend the knee and shift the weight from right to left. Keeping the chest up high, keeping the chin up high, allowing the toes to be outward a little. They can even pivot slightly. So I don't know if you notice my heel is pivoting a little inward and my toe outward. I'll exaggerate it. As I shift, it's a little pivot. And that's a good thing to teach your chain from your foot to your hip to follow line. So in other words, when my heel moves, my knee and hip also pivot. You know, what we call the transverse plane of motion, which is important to have your brain be aware of, because oftentimes when we torque a knee or an ankle, it's because we're not pivoting properly in movement. I'm going to try to keep knees, toes, and hips moving in the same direction. Good. Pivot in, pivot out. Couple more. And then we're going to stay facing right. Hold here and just stretch, hold. So see how I've pivoted my knees and toes all to the right? And then I'm going to lean in and stretch with straight legs. So I'm going to feel a really nice stretch in the hamstrings. Try to straighten that front knee as much as you can. And it's always okay to kind of ease up if it gets too discomforting. You want to have edge of discomfort when you're stretching. Back heel down as well. And then I can push forward with my hip, bend the front leg, and then I'm going to feel more of a stretch in that front thigh, which is another group that's super tight that we need to focus a little more on stretching at the end of the workout. So we've got our hamstring on the front leg, our hip flexor on the back. So important. And of course the calves are getting a nice stretch if you keep the heel down as well. Head up high. Abdominals always pulled in a little because that protects your core, protects your lower back. So think about zipping up right here. Nice, and let's turn or pivot completely around to the other side. So toes and knees and hips are facing left now, okay? Let's lean over. Try to keep both legs straight. You might want to reposition your feet so that they're not off the board. Let your weight be in the back end of your board. So the heel is down. You can hold both hands here. And we're really just trying to get this hamstring, this front leg to straighten. Sometimes I like to bend a little and then kind of like almost like just pull into that stretch. Find that edge of discomfort where I feel a really nice stretch going on without it being too painful, where I can't relax and release into it. Hold and stretch. Inhale and exhale. Tight muscle groups are usually those hip flexors, the hamstrings, and then of course some of the neck and chest muscles. So we always try to approach or attack or whatever you want to say those muscles before you're done and get them stretched again. And then we're going to shift again, bending the front, pressing the hip forward, pushing the heel down, opening up the hip flexor, banding your waist so you don't overarch the back. You can let your board shift forward or you can keep it in the back, whatever feels better to you. But you're definitely going to want to ground it out one way or the other. By grounding, I mean dropping one end so you're not wobbling around. Because when you're stretching, you want to take advantage of being stable in the stretch. So you can let your brain relax for a second and release the muscle tissue. Somehow I feel better here on this one. I like that back heel getting the stretch. But push that hip forward, bend that front knee, stretch that hip right here is where you want to feel it. keep this tight so you don't feel too much right here in that low back. If you start to feel cramping in the low back, you're overarching. So just make a little self-adjustment. This feels so good. Hold that stretch. I always like to hold a stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. And if you're not watching the clock, sometimes it's best to think breath. So about 3 to 5 long, slow, deep breaths will usually get you right in that 20 to 30 second area of stretch time. All right, guys, this is awesome. So let's bring it back to the center. Pivot both feet to the front. Bring them in 2 and 2. All right. Now from here, let's just come down to a flat back position. Let your hands kind of slide down your poles so that you can maintain a nice long line in your back, head to hip. Now round up like an angry cat. Hold it. And then press through and even arch a little bit like a cobra. Again, up, up, up. Cat cow, I think they call this, or something like that in yoga. And then again, push through and even maybe go a little further than neutral in your extension here. And then pull up. Board's gonna rock a little, that's okay, just go with it. And then push through again. I like to exhale fully when I push through. Let's add the breath to this, okay? That'll really make it a great cool down move. So inhale as you round up. Like that air is going right through your lungs and out your back. Pull in and in, more deep, more breath. And then as you come forward, slowly exhale and even make a little sound out your mouth. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then bend the knees and unhinge your body. And let's step down, bottom out, step down. Stay tall. Palms on top of your poles, feet together, body alignment's tall and straight, ear to shoulder stretch. So I want you to push the shoulder down at the same time as you drop your ear down towards it. Just let it stretch. And then I want you to glance with your eyes hard left. Head right, eyes left. Breathe. Use the inhale in the nose, the exhale with an ah. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bring the head up, shake it off a bit. Drop down with the shoulders, tilt the head to the left. Keep the shoulders down. Glance without turning your head with your eyes to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Keep your hard glance right. Head left. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the head back up to the center. Now slow rolls from right to left and left to right. Just take your time. Have your gaze be soft. Eyelids droopy. Just release and relax all tension away. Stimulating that vagal nerve. That's the one that brings your energy, your stress down. Lowering and slowing. Is that a word, slowing? I don't think so. Here we go. Nice and slow. I like lowering and slowing. Bringing it back to a very peaceful feeling. Stress reduction feeling. Look off to the side when you get there. Look all the way to the right with your eyes. Look all the way to the left with your eyes. 2 more. This is also stimulating the vestibular system, the inner ear, which is connected to balance, of course. So if you get a little dizzy, slow it down or just give it up. All right, let's all bring it up to the center. And let's hold our posture tall. Slide your hands a little down, your shoulder girdle a little bit down as well. Now just look hard right and center. Head and eyes go left and center. Center and left and center. 2 more. Right and center, left and center. Now right arm up and over. Bring it back. Use your breath with me. Inhale up. Exhale back. Let's do it again. Right up. Exhale. Left up. Exhale. Now if you can, both up. Inhale and down the front. Exhale. Again, inhale up. Let all that tension just drift out of your body to the floor. One more time. Deep breath up, energy up, stress level down. Give yourself a big hand. Thank you for being here today. Take a bow. And once again, it was my pleasure to have you here and to work out with you and to be here every Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. Remember that this month our focus will be on pushing it a little bit, shocking the body, fooling you a little bit, maybe making you try a few things you've never done before, checking in to see that Pat said it sounded good too. And of course, Vicki will be back later and hopefully enjoy the workout. Now, just a reminder, Dan is always here on Tuesday and Thursday at the same time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm here on Wednesday. And we love seeing you, love. We love reading your comments and responding to any questions that come up during the week. So please feel free to chat it up with us. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. All right, guys, I am going to sign off. Have a beautiful Wellness Wednesday. Thank you for joining me today.